Right, so we wanted to talk about what government of Telangana needs to do as far as information technology in Hyderabad and elsewhere in Telangana is concerned. We wanted to understand from you what it is that is required to take Hyderabad to the next level and actually make it the top-notch destination as far as information technology is concerned in India. So therefore, we've come up with few of our own thoughts, but you have to cut us some slack because it's only our 25th day in governance. So you really have to cut us some slack in case we've missed out on some aspects and we're not able to cover everything comprehensively. You will have to give us an opportunity again. So we all know Hyderabad definitely today is the second biggest exporter as far as IT is concerned. These are all the things that you know. What makes Hyderabad so special? I think you all agree that Hyderabad is geographically in a wonderful location. Hyderabad has great connectivity both to domestically as well as internationally. And I keep saying this and I can't say this enough. I think Hyderabad in today's India has the best value proposition for a city as far as IT is concerned. Hyderabad, when you look at it on a comparable scale, on a comparative scale, we have thrice the infrastructure of a city such as Bangalore, but our land prices are only 1/3 of what it is in Bangalore. And if you compare it to a Chennai, we have twice the infrastructure of Chennai, but we are only 1/2 the cost of Chennai, if you take a quick comparison. Then a great cosmopolitan place which a lot of people from various parts of this country and various parts of this world have made their home. Hyderabad, as we all know, is a cosmopolitan city, known for its cuisine, known for its tehzeeb, known for a lot of choices, both lifestyle-wise and entertainment-wise as well. It's a wonderful city as far as weather is concerned. Salubrious climate is what they call it. 300 days in a year. No city can boast of such wonderful climate where you can walk either with your suit on or off. And then this is definitely a veritable melting pot as far as cultures are concerned. It is geographically, as I said, bang in the middle of this great country of ours. So therefore you have both. No one feels like a stranger in Hyderabad. In fact, when I was growing up, when I was in my primary school, whenever any two strangers met in Hyderabad, they used to start off in Hindi or Urdu. Nobody started off in English or Telugu, but most of them would start off in Hindi because you wouldn't know where the other person's from, what language he would speak. So therefore, it really comes as no surprise that this is a melting pot as far as cultures are concerned. And obviously, it's the second largest in terms of IT exports, as I said, as a city. And as a state, Telangana today stands fourth in the country as far as IT exports are concerned. What is it that we're all trying to do? I think Amar asked a good question. We all love this city. We all really cherish this city. Most of us who are born here, brought up here, who've come here recently, we all love this city so much that we really want to see this city go to the next level. That's essentially why we're all here. And therefore, information technology, we really want Hyderabad to be the top-notch destination of this country. And we are here to understand from you what it would take for the government to take it to that stage. There are 3 stages here that we are talking about. IT inception, I think when Hyderabad initially started off, albeit slightly lately, I think we were at 284 crores with IT exports. And then now today we have more than 50,000 exports. In fact, we are compiling the latest figures of last year. Definitely we are going to do very, very well is what I'm told by our IT secretary. Very, very well compared to last year. But 50,000 is what it was. 50,000 crores plus is what it was in last year. But this year definitely we are going to do better. So therefore, looking forward, the next generation of growth, Hyderabad is ideally poised now to take off to that stage. But what are the 3 things that were missing in the last 5 years, which certainly have slowed down the growth? I would say the number one thing was the lack of will to take decisions from both the policymakers in Hyderabad as well as in Delhi. We had the whole situation, the whole political equation with the Telangana movement. A lot of people would try to blame the movement per se as the main reason why the growth was impeded, but I actually differ. I have been saying this repeatedly. The real issue as to why investments into Hyderabad have slowed down in the last 5 years, while they have been coming in, but not at the pace at which they were expected. The real reason why the growth had slowed down in the last 5 years is not so much because of the agitation, but more than that, I think it was the lack of decisive leadership in Hyderabad and Delhi. Had there been decision making in place, had there been decisive leadership, which could have taken a call this way or that way, I don't think we would have been in the situation that we are in today. We definitely have done well. There's no question. The growth has been there, but not what it should have been, or not to the potential that Hyderabad was known for. So therefore, we are today poised ideally to take off. And the reason why I say this is threefold. One, stability is back. Political stability is here in Hyderabad, and so is it in Delhi. We have decisive leaders in the form of our Chief Minister here and in the form of our Prime Minister in Delhi. And the third thing, the global economic slowdown, which has definitely impacted the rest of the world, has impacted us as well. But now I think things are looking good. And so therefore, with the three things being in place, with decisive leadership, with stable government, with the global economic slowdown now showing signs of improvement, most definitely Hyderabad is likely to take off in days to come. So, as far as growth opportunities are concerned, our focus in the last 25 days has been on these 5 initiatives that we've been talking about. As soon as I took charge of the IT department, I started asking questions to a lot of people. I started off with our IT secretary. We had meetings with HICIA, we had meetings with TAI, we had meetings with various organizations. And the one question I kept asking them over and over was, we as a city, as Hyderabad, are exporting about $8 billion worth of IT. But whereas Bangalore is exporting about $21 billion worth, almost triple of what we do. I've asked this question to a lot of people. I said, what is it that Bangalore has, which Hyderabad does not? The two things I kept hearing repeatedly were, one, Hyderabad does not have the tech ecosystem, the technology ecosystem that supports, that cherishes, that nurtures innovation, research and development. So that's when, the very second day after I took charge, I went right to ISB, Ajit Rangnekar, and we also had a joint meeting with Director of Triple IT, Mr. Narayan, and Mr. Rangnekar was kind enough to have a meeting with all of us. And that's when we struck on this idea. That's when we came up with this thought that we can probably develop India's biggest incubating facility, tech incubating facility in this city of ours. And that's when we decided to collaborate. And going forward from now on, we are going to have the launch of phase 1 by the next 6 months. And then we will get to that stage where we will have the country's biggest incubator, which shall not only nurture, not only cherish, not only support research and development. Because I am a firm believer, we are a country that produces great programmers. Indians are known for their programming skills, coding skills all over the world. We are acknowledged. We are respected. But we are not known for our entrepreneurial skills. We are not respected for our marketing skills, most definitely. So therefore, we thought about it. How come we don't have a Mark Zuckerberg? How come we don't have a Larry Page from India? While we all use the social media applications such as Facebook, Twitter, and you know the most recent application, I think that's on everybody's phone today, WhatsApp. I'm sure one of us could have invented it, one of us could have thought about it, but it's just that we were not supported enough. It's just that we were not taken to that next level where somebody could have, molded that thought into an idea, a concept, and then taken it to the next level. And so therefore, that's where this whole idea of incubation comes in. That's where the government of Telangana wants to play the role of a facilitator to ensure that the young graduates or to-be graduates in this city of ours actually have an opportunity to come, talk to people in Triple IT, talk to people in ISB, and get some support from government of Telangana as well to take it to the next level. A wonderful thought should not be disrespected. The wonderful thought has to be nurtured. Wonderful idea has to be taken to the next level. That is the whole concept of incubation. And we are going to do this in a very, very time-bound fashion. In fact, very soon we'll have a meeting with ISB and Triple IT again on the modalities, because the plan is still in the drawing board stage, but we will get to that stage where we can make a formal announcement on the structure of it as well. The next thing everybody kept telling me was, when I said, what is it that Hyderabad lacks, which Bangalore possesses? The next thing I kept hearing was the fact that Hyderabad does not produce enough number of readily employable graduates. While we have about 200 plus professional colleges, both engineering and professional, we do not produce enough number of readily employable graduates. And I kept asking this question over and over. In fact, in the last 25 days, I must have had about 2,000 kids, 2,000 graduates or to-be graduates walking into my office, handing over a piece of resume saying, why don't you get me a job? So that's the situation we are in. While we have great many number of graduates being churned out by our engineering colleges and our professional colleges, not many of them are readily employable. Not many of them can immediately hit the ground running. So therefore, that's when we started thinking about coming up with a concept what we have tentatively titled TASK, T-A-S-K, the Telangana Academy of Skill and Knowledge. The idea here is very simple. It's a win-win situation for all of us. Now, as part of your corporate social responsibility, the bill which was passed in, I think, December it was, all the corporates who, I think, make a certain amount of profit are expected to play a certain role as far as the society is concerned. So therefore, what we have thought is, why can't we have a situation like all of you all in the room? This is where I'll need your support, in fact. All of you all in this room are concerned or are worried about skill development and lack of readily employable skills. And therefore, if all of you all can agree, if all of us can come together, if we can have a consortium of all the industry representatives here, be it from the gaming, be it from animation, be it from the software, be it from the hardware side, if we can have a consortium of the industry, and if that consortium can pick up a pool of graduates or to-be graduates in the third year of engineering or the second year of MCA, then what we can have is, we could have you adopt, we could have you pick some kids, some graduates, work with them in terms of building their soft skills, in terms of building their skill set, which makes them readily employable. It's a win-win for all of us because you would be doing a great deal of service as far as your corporate social responsibility is concerned from the industry's point of view. It's a win-win for the students because they would be better equipped for a job as and when they are about to graduate. And it's a win-win for the colleges as well, for the institutions as well, because for them it would be an ongoing process, ongoing engagement with the industry, which definitely is helpful. So therefore, we thought this is something that we could work on. And in fact, Mr. Mohan Reddy is not here, but he had actually said, Mr. Mohan Reddy obviously is from Scient, earlier known as Infotech. He had come forward and he said, I will pick 1,000 students from my side and I'll get it started. So therefore, I'm very confident that with all of your support, we can get to that stage where we definitely can train every single graduate who's passing out of Hyderabad. But this task is not just confined to Hyderabad and Hyderabad alone. The focus cannot be excessively on Hyderabad. In fact, what we've also thought of is to take it to the next level. The central government is talking about NDLM, the National Digital Literacy Mission. We would like to be a part of it. We would like to work with them. We would like to create a situation where in every taluka headquarters, in every mandal headquarters, we take this to the next level, go right to the grassroots level, make everyone that there is computer literate, at least. We need not be 100% literate, but even if you get them to a stage where they are 20% literate, I think that's good enough. I think the central government, as part of NDLM, has defined 2 stages of literacy as well, digital literacy that is. So therefore, we are keen to work with the central government and the initiative that they've already launched, the NDLM, and take task really to the grassroots level to enable that we create readily employable workforce right from the grassroots level. The third thing that we've been talking about, which has definitely been creating a lot of excitement, is we want Hyderabad to be the first fully Wi-Fi enabled city in the country. And that's something that is being talked about quite a bit. In fact, one of us came up with a cheesy name as well. We started calling it Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi with H-Y-F-I, because it's Hyderabad fully Wi-Fi enabled, right? So the idea here is Hyderabad now is in a transition. We have service providers such as Reliance, such as Airtel, such as BSNL, who are breathing down our neck, breathing down Someshji's neck mostly, with GHMC and HMDA that is, to roll out their 4G services as soon as they can. They've been asking us, they've been after us to actually roll out these 4G services as quickly as they can. In fact, the idea of 4G is the thought came from a very, very simple WhatsApp message I've received. I was in Hyderabad in a meeting, and there's this gentleman who is a party worker of mine who lives in Sirisila, my constituency, which is about 140 kilometers from here. This gentleman was traveling from Karimnagar to Sirisila, my district headquarter, to my constituency headquarter. Then there in the middle, there is a under construction bridge. This gentleman noticed something abnormal there. He stopped. He took a picture on his phone because he thought the construction material that was being used was shoddy, lacking in quality. He took a picture immediately, and me being the minister of that district, he WhatsApped it to me in 5 minutes. So here I was thinking, I was in a meeting, I receive a picture, this guy says, there's something wrong with this bridge, this is not what it should be. I was zapped. Because I very, very distinctly, very, very vividly remember a day in this very country of ours when we had to plead with our local MP to get a landline phone connection. We had to go beg him, plead him, take a recommendation letter, go to the VSNL office, give it, and then eventually 6 months later, if you're lucky that is, you would get it, the landline connection. But in today's world, everybody is using a mobile. I think we have more than 600 plus million mobile users in this great country of ours. And we have smartphones with many people. And with 3G and 4G coming in, I think it's a revolution that we are witnessing. So therefore, what we've thought of is, if 4G rollout can be coincided with this Wi-Fi enablement, I think you're going to look at great, great possibilities happening in Hyderabad right in front of our very eyes. Right now, the 3G phone, the smartphone that you use with the 3G connection offers you a 2.5 Mbps download speed. But with the 4G coming in, it will be, the incremental jump would be about 10 to 18 fold is what I'm told, to 40 Mbps almost, which is a wonderful thing. Today, once you have the 4G rolled out in Hyderabad and elsewhere in Telangana, the possibilities are endless. We can start thinking about e-governance initiatives such as e-Panchayat, e-learning, e-education, e-health. The possibilities are endless, as I said, because once you have cheaper and cheaper smartphones coming in from China, Taiwan and elsewhere, I think once you have a 4G connection, you can do a lot many things sitting in Hyderabad. So therefore, this revolution is something that we all thought, in fact, is something that Hyderabad should latch onto as the first city in this country, and therefore we started thinking about this concept called Hi-Fi. It will definitely take us to that next stage where in Hyderabad you'll have a lot more mobile apps being created by the tech startups in the incubator that we are thinking up. You would have a situation where many, many more young entrepreneurs would start using this technology, sitting very near a hotspot and doing things on their own whenever they are actually, whenever an idea strikes them. So therefore, the possibilities are endless. That's the other thing we are working on. The other exciting thing we are also working on is G2P initiatives, government to people. We are talking government to people because ultimately governance is all about ensuring people get better services. So when we are talking citizen services, we already have something which has done really well, called Me Seva. We have Me Seva centers today in a lot of Mandal headquarters, the smaller administrative units below the district. Now, in these Me Seva centers, we offer about 340 plus services, various citizen services, such as your caste certificate, birth certificate, a lot of other revenue-related documents, etc. We want to take this to the next level. Why can't we take it to the Gram Panchayat level? Why does a citizen have to travel all the way to a Taluka headquarter or a Mandal headquarter? Therefore, the G2P initiative that we are thinking up is now really going to take services to the doorstep of a citizen. The e-Panchayat, when it becomes active, will be a true revolution, will be a true Gram Swaraj that Gandhiji talked about long time back. So therefore, the G2P initiatives are all here. And then we started thinking about holistic development. What would it take for IT companies, more and more IT companies to come into Hyderabad? Is it just a piece of land? Is it just some tax incentives and some human resources? No. What it would take is obviously more and more lifestyle and more leisure and entertainment destinations coming into Hyderabad as well. So therefore, we started talking about what we can do as far as leisure and lifestyle destinations are concerned. What we are also thinking up, while this is not entirely my domain, what we are also thinking up is we want to build a calendar of events in Hyderabad, because we all want a lifestyle. There aren't many things to do in Hyderabad. So therefore, we started thinking of, how to create more and more networking events, how to create more and more leisure and lifestyle destinations in Hyderabad. And that's when we started thinking of, in fact, I got some flack for it, but nevertheless, I'm going to say it. I started talking to a company called Percept, which does this great event in Goa every year called Sunburn. I said, why can't you come here? Why can't Hyderabad have a sunburn? A lot of people called, and some had some chaste advice for me. But nevertheless, I think we should do it, and with C.V. Anand's support, I think we should have a really, really good sunburn in Hyderabad. What do you all say? Yeah? It's one of the biggest music festival, guys. So we need events. In fact, we're talking to another big event management company, leaving aside the name, to get their big event, a film event of entire South India to come and happen and make it happen in Hyderabad. We're talking to a big, huge organization which has set up a big amusement park elsewhere in India to also come here and also set up their enterprise. So we want more and more events happening in Hyderabad. We just can't be a city that's all about IT and nothing else. We want more and more leisure and lifestyle events. So therefore, we are launching this ambitious event. I think the Hyderabad Marathon, it will be a part of this. And you'll have this annual cycling event that I think Atlanta Foundation does, wherever Dina is. Oh, yeah. So that would be a part of this. And I'm sure we can organize more and more events. It need not be all IT-centric. We could have events in entertainment side. We could have events like Sunburn that I just mentioned. We could have more and more events. So idea is really to make Hyderabad a happening city. Hyderabad a city that has a lot more options besides just work and IT. So therefore, we are thinking up an event such as this. And then talking about the possibilities in gaming and animation industry. I think we already have the game park, which was launched some time back. It will be a part of our prestigious ITIR, the Information Technology Investment Region, which is what our Honorable Chief Minister has been talking about for quite some time. Because this, not just the gaming park, not just the game park, but the whole concept of ITIR is set to revolutionize, is set to change the landscape of Hyderabad so much. We, as a city, would most likely triple in size in the next 20 years if this ITIR actually shapes up the way we all hope it will. We are a city with about 90 lakh population today. But with ITIR coming in, the expectation, the projection is that ITIR in the next 20 years would bring in an investment of about 2.18 lakh crores of rupees. It will create 15 lakh direct employment and 35 lakh indirect employment, which would mean about 50 lakh employment. And if you take 4 as an average size of a family, that would mean 2 crore people coming into Hyderabad over the next 20 years. The city will be tripling in size. So for that to happen, we need structured growth. We need more and more hospitals. We need more and more educational institutions. We need structured good town planning from HMDA, from GHMC, from HMWS, from the Transco guys. We need a lot of departments to coordinate with each other. Therefore, our Honorable Chief Minister has already asked our Chief Secretary and the IT Ministry and the IT Principal Secretary to come up with a master plan. In fact, he's gone to the extent of proposing that there be an independent authority which administers ITIR, which probably can come up with a master plan, a world-class master plan, encompassing all the possibilities, all the requirements for an international city, for a city like Hyderabad to go to the next stage and truly become a global city. So therefore, the idea is the whole agitation, what has happened in the last 4 or 5 years is a thing of the past. We are now looking to move forward. We are now looking towards progressive, inclusive governance. We are looking at Hyderabad with a great deal of hope, because it is a fact that Hyderabad was the economic engine that drove the growth of the state of Andhra Pradesh in the past and also the state of Telangana in the future. Now, not just gaming and animation IT, but also on the hardware side. Because Hyderabad, while is a dominant player in software, I think we need to look at the hardware side with a lot more hope as well. We have identified 2 electronic manufacturing clusters in Maheshwaram We have 2 clusters out there, and we are talking to a lot of hardware manufacturers as well. In fact, when I had visited the India Gadget Expo recently, we had a quick conversation really with LG, Nokia, and we also had a conversation with Samsung. Most of them have expressed some degree of interest. For that to come to fruition, I think we need to work harder. But I have utmost confidence that Hyderabad, with the sort of infrastructure it has, with the sort of wonderful amenities we have, can definitely be the hardware hub of this country, not just in software. So therefore, I have a lot of hope, I have a lot of confidence that we are definitely, and with ITIR coming up, as I told you, we definitely have a lot to look forward to. All we would need from you all, I think ENY has got it right. They had said, firstly, preserve, maintain, conserve those that are already here. Ensure that those that have set shop here, those that have invested in Hyderabad, emotionally, economically, they be taken care of very well, firstly. We should not go after the new guys, who are not here, before we actually talk to the existing players here. So therefore, my first meeting as part of this initiative to make Hyderabad the top-notch destination in IT, we need inputs. Definitely, we will respond to the suggestions made by ENY. We will formulate a policy soliciting your opinions. We believe in a participatory style of functioning. We already had informal meetings at Triple IT and ISB. We have had HICIA giving us inputs. We've had TAI giving us inputs. We've had the Telangana Information Technology Association giving us inputs. Going forward, I think we'll need more and more from you. The reason why we are all here is to solve those existing problems, because I've been talking to a lot of you individually as well, and I've been given a few pointers already in terms of the current infrastructure and how it needs to be beefed up, how it needs some improvements. Therefore, we have the GHMC Commissioner and the HMDA Commissioner here to assist all of us. So we can have an informal chat after this, but this government, again, once again I assure you, is committed to making Hyderabad the top-notch IT destination in India. We will do everything and anything to make this goal happen, to make this mission successful. We all need your support going forward as well. We all need you to participate in this wonderful growth story.
Telangana Academy of Skill and Knowledge, TASK, TASK అనే ఒక ఇనిషియేటివ్ కూడా అనుకుంటా ఉన్నాము. అందులో భాగంగా మేము అనుకుంటుంది ఏమిటి అంటే, ఒకవైపు ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్లో పెద్ద మొత్తంలో సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీలు ఉన్నాయి, ఇంకోవైపు పెద్ద మొత్తంలో ఇంజనీరింగ్